When we last saw Broderick Jones playing at left tackle, the guy looked pretty damn impressive on tape. And last night he was tasked to start at right tackle. Once again, he looked pretty damn good. Now, he wasn't perfect. He had a couple missed blocks, but do understand this guy has not played right tackle since 2020. And even then, he wasn't a full-time right tackle. He just played a couple snaps back in college. And since that time, he's pretty much played left tackle his entire career. And making the swap from left tackle to right tackle with the notice of just a couple days is not enough time to be able to get comfortable. Broderick Jones stepped up. And today we're going to analyze this tape. I'm very, very fired up for it. Let's get right into it. All right, we're going to start off right here with the first play. Jones is going to pull to the left, and he's going to do a really, really nice job. He's going to pull, get out there, make really nice contact with the edge defender, and the running back picks up 7.5 yards on this one. This is a really, really nice job. The thing I like about this is how he makes contact. He's going to position his body to the right side of this defender. The defender's going to go upfield, and he's going to just kind of naturally seal him off and push him that way. And the running back's going to be able to just cut it right underneath him. And within this play, 7 yards. So really nice job making contact, picking up the defensive end. Good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. Now, last night, Broderick Jones did have this one penalty here, which was basically him running down the field on a run-pass option. On this play, you can see Jones does get way downfield, and he starts to block his guy way downfield. And the quarterback basically throws the ball away, as you guys can see the ball being tossed out of bounds. Now, this penalty is not necessarily 100% on Jones. I would argue it's more so on the slot receiver here, who isn't looking for the ball. Now, this is a run-pass option. If you guys keep an eye on the slot receiver, he really doesn't even look for the ball. He just kind of goes downfield to block. So I'm not 100% sure what happens on that one. Maybe it wasn't the slot receiver. Maybe it was supposed to be the receiver at the top of your screen. One of those receivers don't do the correct job, right? They don't look for this on this play. And you can see the quarterback ends up just throwing it away, and the penalty gets called on Jones because he is blocking on the run element of this play. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Broderick Jones' best ability coming out of college was his pass blocking, and you can see that translating into the NFL. Now, Jones struggled a little bit in preseason. He wasn't perfect, but you saw the flashes, and oftentimes flashes in preseason actually lead to a guy having success in the regular season. And this is kind of one of those type of plays where you saw this play in preseason, and now he's also doing it in the regular season, but he's also fine-tuned it just a little bit. And I want to show you guys exactly what it is that I mean. So within this play, Jones is obviously going to be in a one-on-one situation with Harold Landry, who's a pretty good edge defender. And Jones is going to punch him once. He's going to get his hands off. He's going to sit back, relax, let Landry make contact for a second time. And all Jones is going to do is just kind of mirror him, just stay right in front of him. Go from the outside to the inside, get back to the outside. And he's not going to chase Harold Landry. He's not going to try to punch him and get the hands on him and lean into him. He's going to stay calm and collective on this play. He's going to mirror him. He's going to stay in front of him. And this is the type of technique, to me, that's absolutely perfect. Like, it does not get better than that. You never want to lean into a guy as an offensive tackle. You simply want to stay in front of that guy and hit him every time he comes into you. Just punch him, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep the hands down as the guy backs up. That's exactly what Broderick Jones has actually shown that he's been able to do. And there's a number of snaps on tape. Here's another one. Jones is going to be lined up against Harold Landry once again. He's going to get out there, make good contact, and he's going to just let Landry do whatever it is that he wants to do. He's going to just kind of stay out in front of it. To me, this is such great technique by Broderick Jones. Initial hands, isn't leaning. Landry's going to try to spin off of it. Jones is going to just reset the hands, reset the feet, mirror, get out in front, and just make contact once again. And this is exactly what this guy needs to just continue to work on, continue to develop, and continue to do. Broderick Jones was my second favorite offensive tackle coming out of this past class. And it's because of his pass pro technique. Like, it is one of the best techniques I've seen in a really, really long time from an offensive tackle coming out. So a good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. Check this play out. You got a 10-yard touchdown run by Najee Harris. Just a really, really nice job by the offensive lineman. Like, it does not get better than this. From the left tackle all the way over to the tight end, it does not get better than this. This is absolutely perfect. And this is kind of what the Steelers have been looking to possibly build. In fact, this play right here is made by 3 new additions to the Steelers. Let's break it down a little bit. So this is going to be a power run to the left, which means Isaac Small is going to pull, and he's going to actually pull up into the gap, and he's going to ultimately block out. I believe it's going to be the linebacker here who's going to fill. To the right, number 80, Washington, the rookie tight end, is going to block out. He's going to really hold the block. And we'll analyze that block as well as we kind of get into it. And then you get a double team here by the right guard, but it's the right tackle with the double team that really moves this guy out of there. And then ultimately the right tackle is going to climb up to the backside linebacker here, who also happens to fill over here to the right. And as you guys watch this play in slow motion, it just works perfectly. You got the double team there. You got the seal out here. You got the left guard pulling out in front. Samalo makes great contact here with the linebacker. Great seal. Jones gets up to the backside linebacker. I mean, it does not get better than this, right? To me, this is exactly what I wanted to see from Broderick Jones. You know, I criticized him a little bit back in preseason. I said his run blocking isn't great. And it wasn't just preseason, even coming out of college. That was the one area of concern I had for him. But run blocking is also one of those things that it's fairly easy to improve. Plus, scheme really matters. Are you a heavy power team? Are you a heavy inside zone, outside zone? Scheme really matters, right? So with Jones, you know, coming into the Steelers, one of the things the Steelers love to do is they love to run power. And you can see it. Plays like this. Broderick Jones really stepped up. So it's a really nice job right there. Let's get into the next snap. You got a 3rd and 8 here, and Broderick Jones is going to do a really nice job with Harold Landry. He just shuts this guy down. And he's going to do a great job closing the gap between him and Landry. And I love the technique by Jones to be able to do that. You know, one of the things that Harold Landry is doing within this play is he's going to line up in this Y9. And that's to give him that runway to possibly get to the quarterback. It's also going to force number 77 to do 2 things. Either he's going to get vertical, which is going to open up the space between the guard here and wherever Jones ends up setting up, which could give Landry the ability to possibly hit an inside move, right? If there's a lot of distance between the right guard and right tackle, that's going to give Landry all that distance. The second thing that could possibly happen is Landry could take some sort of 45-degree set, which means Landry won't have as much runway, but he'll have the possibility to go inside or outside. He just has to react. Now, what Jones is going to do is he's going to actually trick Landry. He's going to initially get into a vertical set by taking sets backwards, but then he's going to go directly towards Landry. So he's almost doing both. He's almost setting up in a vertical set, but then he's going to quickly turn this into a 45-degree set. So this is a great job closing the distance between Landry. And that right there allows him to basically win. Right? Landry doesn't really know what to do. He ends up just hitting a speed move, and Jones just basically has him go upfield. It's a really nice job by Broderick Jones to change up the pass set and not go with either the vertical or the 45, rather do like the mixture of the vertical to the 45. Really like that he changes his setup right there. Also, great job by the running back on this one. I mean, to me, the running back does a beautiful job on this linebacker. Gets right into him, makes really nice contact, and shuts his ass down. You can see the center right guard also do a great job. The linebacker here is going to run right into 78. Jeffrey Simmons is going to come around, and the center is going to see that and pick it up. This is top tier stuff right here by this offensive line. I mean, the unit is really coming together in my opinion. And what's crazy is Broderick Jones isn't the starter, but something tells me he's going to end up being the best offensive lineman for the Steelers offense in a couple of years. 2 or 3 years, he will be the best offensive lineman. I'm very confident to say that. You can see the flashes, and the tape does not lie. So, great job on this one by Broderick Jones. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. Love the processing on this play by Broderick Jones. You got a split zone concept. He's going to do a really nice job recognizing what the DN does on this one. And the play ends up picking up 9 yards. And it's partially because of the recognition on this one. So in the split zone, all these guys are stepping over here to the left. The backside tight end's coming around on the wham block. And the hope is just to be able to run this from the inside here. And if it's not there, to bend it back to one of these gaps. Now, here's the thing within this play. As Broderick Jones is stepping over here to the left, if the defensive end's crashing hard down the way he is, then Jones needs to just seal him outwards. Or if this guy's crashing super hard towards the inside, then just kind of turn him and hook him. And then the tight end just kind of leads. And in this play, that's exactly what Jones is going to do. As he takes his steps to the inside, the defensive end's crashing to that same side. And Jones is going to end up just taking him. And because of the fact that the end's crashing so hard to the inside, Jones is going to just end up hooking him. That's a great job. And the tight end recognizes it as well. Gets up to the inside linebacker. Najee Harris recognizes it. He picks up 10 yards on this play. So that's a really good job processing by Broderick Jones. Just the little things really start to add up when you really analyze this guy's tape. So that's a good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. Check this one out here. Jones is going to get out in space. Really nice job being able to make contact with the cornerback. Doesn't put him down. Not a big deal. Still, love the fact that this guy is able to get out there. And this is one of the strengths that Jones has. Get this guy in space. He's massive, but he's an elite athlete. So it's a really nice job. Let's get into the next snap. You got another really nice play by Broderick Jones. This time he's going to climb up to the inside linebacker, make really nice contact with him, and you're going to pick up 15 yards off of his butt. I mean, to me, it does not get better than this. This looks like some sort of crunch play up front by the offensive lineman. And this is exactly how you want it designed, right? You want the play to hit to the inside. You want the linebackers to flow to that same side. What ends up happening on this play is the right guard, left guard both pull. And then these guys are going to kind of flow that same way. And ultimately, is Jones just going to kind of hook this guy off. And then Moore is going to climb up here and get to this linebacker. And you got a really nice block here. And the running back's going to just hit it right underneath that. So this is a great job running this concept. Works perfectly as designed. Get the linebackers to flow out of there. Let's get into the next snap. As I said, Broderick Jones is an athlete playing offensive tackle, and these are the type of plays that really stick out to me. Broderick Jones is 6'5", 6'6", 330 plus pounds. The guy's massive. He is one of the biggest offensive tackles in the NFL, right? And he's strong, he's physical, he's tough. And when he's pulling out in space, he should not be able to do this right here. All right, this guy's running full speed from the right tackle position to the left. Number 2 here is a 225-pound linebacker. He's fast, he's quick, he's explosive. And a guy that weighs over 100 pounds more than him, who's taller, who's longer, is able to stop on a dime to pick this guy up. To me, that's a really nice shot. Now, the running back kicks it all the way to the outside, but even if he just followed the right tackle on this one, the lane's going to technically develop to the inside of this right here. Now, I get why the running back bounces it to the outside. He obviously thought the safety coming down would have likely filled to the inside, and he had the possibility to hit it to the outside. And he definitely did, right? The play ended up picking up 15 yards. Just a really nice shot by Jones and the running back to have that vision to kick it to the outside. You got a 25-yard run here by Najee Harris. Watch the block once again by Broderick Jones. He's going to do a great job sealing the Nico Autry to the outside. Just a really nice overall rep, if you guys ask me. Autry's one of those guys that's super massive, super powerful. And Jones is going to match that power. I mean, at the point that these guys make contact, one or two things can happen. Either Jones goes backwards or Autry goes backwards. It's really one or the other. And most of the time, Autry's holding his own against offensive tackles. But in this case, you see that Autry's going to get kind of pushed back and he's going to get ultimately thrown off balance. It's a nice job. All right, you can see as soon as these guys make contact, Jones gets the left hand in there. And Autry's really off balance right there. He's barely able to hold it up. The right leg gets kind of going up. And that's just a nice job by Broderick Jones. And the running back does a great job here, picking up 25 yards. Almost broke it right there, wasn't able to stay up, but still a nice run. Let's get into the next snap. Check this play out. The defensive end's going to start with the speed rush, and he's going to try to hit an inside move on Jones. And watch Jones catch this guy with the left hand. To me, it's just such a nice job here by Broderick Jones. This is the type of power that this guy has behind his pads. So Harold Landry's going to start with the speed rush. He's going to try to jump to the inside. And Jones, who's still not in his entire 45-degree set, is going to catch him with the left hand right there. And he shuts this guy down. I mean, that is elite power right there. And I know it's kind of hard to see because we're watching it in real time, but in slow motion, you can see the left hand right there land to the inside chest plate of Landry. And that right there is power. That's elite ass power right there. Bam. Straight up stops the guy with one hand in his tracks and then just shuts his ass down. This is the upside that Broderick Jones has. And I'm going to say this right now. This is kind of a bold take since it is so early in his career. But I can tell you guys right now, the very best offensive tackles, the very best guards, the very best centers have to have a couple of boxes checkmarked. And Broderick Jones has a lot of those boxes checkmarked. And he has the potential to arguably be one of the best tackles we've ever seen in this game. Like, he has that type of upside. And I'm not saying he is that already today. I'm saying based off of what we can see on tape already, this guy's potential is through the roof. I mean, he has more upside than most other young offensive tackles. Like, the only other guy that has his type of upside is Penei Sewell. Outside of that, I think Broderick Jones has more upside than every other offensive tackle in the NFL. And I say that because he has elite power. And when I say elite, I'm not talking about average power. I'm talking about truly elite power. That last play you guys saw where he's able to stop the defensive end in his tracks with his left hand, that shows you the power that this guy has. And then you can see him do things like this where he outblocks on guys like the Nico Autry. Like, he's in year one, right? He's played like 120 snaps in the NFL. When this guy gets to the point where he's taken 1,000 snaps in the league and he knows what to expect on every inside zone, outside zone, on down blocks, out blocks, when he has to pull to the right, to the left, when he recognizes what he has to do on every single one of these different concepts, and he's done it multiple times, and he's used to the game speed, the elite power that this guy has is going to translate into what I think is going to be the best tackle in the NFL. What a run right here by Jaylen Warren. He puts his shoulder down and straight up just trucks over the defender. Bam! That's the type of stuff that I like to see, man. Smash mouth football at its finest. Now, there are a couple of things I want to address as we kind of close this video out. First is Broderick Jones has to get faster out of his stance. He has to be quicker. He has to be more explosive. And that's something you can generally develop, right? And this play is kind of a good example of that. You guys can see that he's going to be one of the last persons to move within this. If you guys look at the left guard here, the left guard's going to quickly jump out of there. You can see the left guard's left foot, left arm start to kind of flash. You can see the right guard moves. You can see the center left tackle move. And Jones is kind of late out of his stance. And I showed you guys this play, but there's other plays that we've kind of seen this as well. But I don't think that's a big deal, right? And that's the entire reason I'm actually showing you guys this play. I don't think being late out of your stance matters a whole lot, because we saw this with Tyler Smith, the left guard of the Dallas Cowboys last season. He was a little slow out of his stance, but he's developed that this season. And Tyler Smith has generational talent. Tyler Smith and Broderick Jones are in the same category. Both guys are going to be two of the best offensive linemen we've ever seen at their respective positions. Tyler Smith's playing left guard at the moment for the Cowboys. Broderick Jones may be the left tackle. We'll see if he plays left or right as he goes forward. But I really like this guy's tape. And I do want to wrap this video up showing you guys just a couple more plays, starting with this one here, because I don't know if Broderick Jones is going to continue to start as we go forward. But one of the criticisms that I had for Jones was he wasn't very good when it came to backside zone reach blocks. That was not the case this week. You saw that he was able to, like on this one, get to the inside of this defensive lineman. This is a zone run to the left. So Jones has a pretty difficult reach block on the 3-technique defensive tackle. And on this one, he's able to set himself up to the inside right there. That's a really nice job to be able to set himself up. Now, it's not perfect. He doesn't stop this guy in his stance, but it's still a 7-yard gain, right? So still a good gain right here if you guys ask me. It's a nice job. That is also Jeffrey Simmons, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. And this is the type of stuff he needs to just continue to build on, continue to get better at. And I have no doubt in my mind he's going to continue to develop this. And of course, the final play we're going to analyze is this 22-yard run by Jaylen Warren. And I want to specifically analyze what, in my opinion, was the wrong take by, I believe it was one of the broadcast guys. Basically, they were talking about this play a little bit, and they happened to mention that Broderick Jones got blown up on this play. And I kind of disagree with that analysis a little bit. Now, yeah, he does technically get pushed back, but, you know, Warren does a great job within this play in the sense that he's able to recognize kind of what happened. And honestly, this is a zone run, so Warren has to, he has the potential to do what exactly he does within this play. Now, the right tackle does have a reach block here, but do keep in mind, based off the alignment of Simmons, like he is aligned to jump this gap. There's no way you're going to be able to reach on this guy. When you're playing the long 3-technique the way Simmons is here, he's not going to allow you to reach him. So as soon as Simmons recognizes what's kind of happening, he's jumping that gap, he's exploding through there. And I think Broderick Jones does a pretty good job. He's actually going to snatch this guy downwards. You can see the left hand kind of come up. He's going to hit this guy downwards, and he forces Simmons into the ground. He makes sure Simmons falls into the ground there, and Warren obviously sees that he's able to cut back off of it, and he picks up 22 yards on this one. So I wouldn't say Broderick Jones necessarily got blown up. I think Simmons was determined based off his body positioning that he's going to have the B gap. He's going to stick to the right side of that right guard, and he's not going to allow the right tackle to reach him. And sometimes alignment really matters within some of these plays. And Broderick Jones does do a pretty good job countering that, at least putting him into the ground. The running back does a great job spinning off that, hitting it to the outside. Just a really nice rep. Really like what Broderick Jones showed us this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll continue to check in on him. We'll also check in on Herbig as we kind of continue forward, the rookie defensive end. And we'll definitely be doing some more content related to the Steelers on this channel. So subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with another video.